Thanks, Ralph. The Salt Block Foundation is continuing to embark on 100 years with more stories. Let's see what we can find out.
I'm Tara Bland, the Executive Director of the Salt Block Foundation here in Hickory. We're excited to share with you our Salt Stories compilation, which is a video production of individuals that went to high school here at the Claremont Central High School, and tells a little bit more about who they are and how they helped kind of create the Salt Block and what it is today. So we started this in September, and that feature in September was a great interview with Jeff Klein, who was the mayor of Hickory at one point in time and is a community advocate. And also we had one in October with Nancy Matheson, Julia Matheson, and Margaret Ann Campbell. And this month we're excited to feature Don Norwood, who is on our board of directors and serves as the chair of the Buildings and Grounds Committee.
I'm Don Norwood. I'm on the board of trustees for the Salt Block Foundation and also chairman of the Buildings and Grounds Committee. So we deal with anything related to the maintenance of the building, whether it's repairing things that need to be repaired or making updates to the building, anything dealing with the buildings and grounds. I've been involved for a long time. Actually, I guess before there was a salt block, I actually went to high school here and graduated in '71. So I've been familiar with the building for many, many years. I got more involved with it in the late 80s, early 90s, I guess, and have been pretty active ever since then, first with the Arts Council and then with the Salt Block Foundation. When the building was in really bad disrepair in the early 80s, so the decision to save it, I think, was seen by some as a big adventure and an experiment that has worked out beautifully. Over time, it's grown. We started with just this single building as the Arts and Science Center. Now there are 4 buildings on the campus, 3 of which we're responsible for, and then the city maintains the library. So over the past 40 years, it's grown tremendously. We have far more programs here from the tenant organizations, and it's just a real resource, I think, for the community, something that most communities our size simply don't have.
And what do you hope people take away after watching the Salt Stories segments?
I hope they have a greater appreciation for what the Salt Block does. There are a lot of people that come to just one of the organizations. They come and visit the Science Center, or they come and visit the Art Museum. They enjoy symphony concerts or choral society, or whatever, but they don't fully understand the function of the Salt Block. We provide the building for all of these organizations, and it allows them to spend their funds on their programs rather than having to pay for the building, because that's what we do. So I hope everyone gets a better understanding of what the Salt Block Foundation is and how we operate the facility for everyone's benefit.
For stories 1 through 3, visit saltblockfoundation.org. I'm Ariana Mack reporting for WHKY News. Back to you in the studio, Ralph.